Taurus, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be seeing what's coming in for you for September 2025 in career and love. We're going to see what energies are coming forward towards you. This is a timeless reading though, so whenever you find it is when you're supposed to see it. If you would like a personal reading, make sure to check out my description box below. There you will find access to my other social medias and my Patreon. If you join my Patreon, I have a name deck, and your name will be added to my name deck, which I do display at the end of every YouTube reading for the main signs. So there's that extra bonus. On top of that, you will get a free mini reading when you join my Patreon. And that could include mediumship. It just depends on what Spirit wants to show me. And then I also do charmed intuition readings on there. I do extended readings, bonus readings for the signs that are part of my Patreon collective. So you'll be able to get that bonus as well. Let's see, I'm also on TikTok, Facebook. My friend and I go live on Facebook, normally on Saturdays. Depends on our schedules. But we do give out free readings for that as well. They're free 15-minute readings. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with what is going on for September 2025 up to the end of this year. This is a timeless reading, so when you find it is when you're supposed to hear it. Everyone's on a different time frame in their journey. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This will apply to Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This will also apply to cross watchers watching this reading if your partner is a Taurus, or if you're dealing with a Taurus in any way, shape, or form. This message will apply to you. Again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Don't ever try to make tarot fit. Also, energies are always changing. Remember, it's up to you on how your path is going to go, depending on the choices that you make throughout life. So it's really important to know that information. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, please help me connect to Taurus. Please help me connect to Taurus. Let's dive into the unknown. When it comes to career. Okay, I feel like you've outgrown something in your career. I feel like it might have been like a beginner job. It feels like it was something that was... Yeah, it just feels like it was a beginner job. It feels like some entrance into the door, but it wasn't something that was supposed to last. And it does look like you have multiple options available to you right now on which route to go. You might have been offered a new position in that same job. It looks like it could be a leadership role, to be honest. Something that you would be more in charge of. It does look like you have some anxiety about this situation. It looks like you could be trapped in your head. They're asking you to meditate, relax, because obviously this is an important decision to make, but they want you to not worry too much about this. Like, so the water in this card stands for intuition, okay? And they're showing me, like, before all this ice was all together, there was no broken pieces, and like as time goes on, the broken pieces are like separating, you know, so like you're able to like see different depths to your intuition, if that makes any sense. You're able to like connect more with your intuition because there's no longer like a shield, like there's nothing covering that intuition anymore, so you're able to see more clearly like what steps you're supposed to take. I hope that makes sense. That's what they're showing me. But they're also like reminding me like how it like gracefully like falls down, and it's kind of like peaceful, even though it's like cloudy and uncertain. It still feels like peaceful. So it's like you'll find the answers in more of a peaceful state rather than a hectic, like chaotic energy. They are saying that you are in charge of that blindfold. Sorry. I ate something spicy before doing this reading, which probably was not a good idea. Now it's messing with my throat. But yeah, it looks like you're worrying about like grief. You're worrying about like what you could lose in this situation. You're worried about like making the wrong decision about something. You're really connected to your emotional side right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you have either fire or water in your chart heavily. It's like you have the fire, the ambition to take control of the situation and, you know, move forward in this decision and be the leader of the company. But at the same time, like, your emotional side is getting the best of you, and you are kind of like wondering if you can handle it. You're kind of worried that you might not be able to handle it, which they want you to stay strong in your power, because you do. You have the power to handle the situation. Not only that, but you're very grounded because you are a Taurus. Okay. So it's important for you to ground. They're showing me like dirt, trees. They want you to ground. Yeah, healing from this situation. Something might have happened in the past, which is kind of being brought up. It's kind of like triggering you to like question, oh, can you handle this new position kind of deal? And they're saying everything's going to be great. Look, this is a wish come true. Yeah. I think everything's going to be good. The fog is going to clear. You're going to be more level-headed. Interesting. This is written in your contract. I feel like this was something that's supposed to happen. Even in the past stuff, it was like that was supposed to happen. It was a lesson for you, and what you needed to learn at that time. But that's what it is. It's a lesson. It's not supposed to detour everything in your path going forward. It's supposed to make it where like you're knowledgeable of like what happened and everything, and know the right steps to take to make sure that this doesn't happen again. But they don't want you to worry about it. They want you to be more clear-headed about it. It's like, don't put so much emphasis on worry. Everything's going to work out. This is a really great indicator that whatever you're thinking about doing, you should do, because this is going to be a wish fulfillment. This is something that you've worked hard for, something that's going to lead you in the right direction for your dreams coming true. Yeah, see, it's going to bring you a lot of happiness. It's like you're getting out of this like cloudy, stormy kind of era and moving into your happiness. Sun, warmth, you know, playful energy. You might get along really well with these new people too. Yeah, new doors are opening, new adventures are unfolding for you. Notice how it did land over here. So this was over here, which I consider this to be options. This is dreams coming true. And this is contracts. I feel like these are contracts for this specific reading. It's also like balancing everything out. It's like this was written in your path. This is what was supposed to come in eventually, because like before we come to Earth, we decide, okay, well, I want this to happen. I want this bad stuff to happen, and I want this good stuff to happen. So what I mean by that is like the bad stuff are lessons, and your soul is like thriving to like learn those lessons, because you know, without the bad there can't be good, without the good there can't be bad. Also, it's kind of like a soap opera, honestly. That's how life is. So it's like if there was always good all the time, life would be boring. You need that drama and, you know, that thrive. Otherwise, you would just be bored with life. But it does look like you're stepping into something new that's coming. It might have been something that you've been waiting for, and it's going to come after you walk away from something. It's going to be something you're really committed to. Yeah, there was a personal struggle, daily struggle is what I was hearing. You might have been living like paycheck to paycheck. I feel like that is coming to an end. I feel like this weight that's been going on is coming to an end. I feel like you're finally stepping into your power. You know your worth and everything. And you're getting the opportunity because it's now like showing itself to you. So they want you to keep moving forward. They want you to make this decision. Yeah, change is coming. See, this change could happen in October. Could be happening now, but it could happen in October. You're going to find something out. What are they finding out, Spirit? What is going on? Maybe a job becomes available, is what I was told. Yeah, it's like you get the news out of nowhere. Like something new is coming in, something fast, something new. Notice how, it's interesting. It's like, this is like giving like summer vibes, and then we go into fall, and then we go into winter. So it's like the seasons are changing and stuff for you. So they're also giving me the idea that like maybe you'll find this new beginning, this new job in October, around October, September, but then like you didn't know everything about this job until winter time, once you start like dipping your feet in that and like actually, living in it. I feel like it's gonna be very fast paced, whatever like job you're getting into. You're going to be on your feet. It's something that you have a lot of skills in. I feel like you're going to be really good at this. I feel like you've been manifesting this in. This is something that you're going to vibe with. Truth, a lot of truth is coming in. A lot of, they're saying like talking. I feel like you could be like, sorry, I say like all the time. It's what happens when I channel. Too. But they are saying that you are going to be very vocal in the company. So you might be like a public speaker of some sort. I feel like you're going to be head honcho at your job, to be honest. It's interesting because like, it's really interesting. I'm seeing all of like, you have earth, you have fire, water, air, like those are all the elements. I feel like everything's going to play a part. I kind of feel like you have different skills about you, where like you're very vocal, but you're also very caring, but you're also very authoritative but you're also like calm. But like, I just feel like you have a mixture of different like elements in your chart to make up who you are. So it's like you're going to be able to find like what energy to put like certain parts of the job in your life. Like you're going to know how to balance all your energies out. So I hope that makes sense. I do feel like this is going to be a good paying job. So okay, so we do have, let's see, we have Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. These could be the seasons that things could be important. So if you want, write it down. Or these could just be like certain people that you're dealing with, or these could even be like signs that are in your chart heavily. Like what this certain time frame, like what signs in your chart that are standing out the most right now. So yeah, it's just pieces to the puzzle. But we have Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, Aquarius, Libra, Leo, Aries, Pisces, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and Virgo, and then again Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So yeah, take that as you will, and then let's dive deeper into this situation, Spirit. Is there anything you want to tell them about this situation? What happened in the past? What's to come in the future? Anything that helps them see that this reading is for them, please? Poison. Popping up, escape. They're saying escapism, even though this says escapade. So it's like you're breaking free from a toxic job. The beginner job, maybe you weren't like being noticed, you weren't like fully able to like get valued in that job because it was a beginner job. Maybe people looked down on you. But it looks like this something, like I said, there's a big change that's coming, and it's going to shift everything real fast. You're going to be shifting into a whole new energy, a whole new role in your life. And I feel like you're going to just be able to get away from this poisonous situation. I feel like you were overworked, drained, not paid enough kind of deal. Triggers. We have triggers, hamster wheel, racing, and financial support. So in your past, there could have been times where like your family, your parents might not have had the money to live the life that you wish that you could have lived. Or even them, for that matter. And it feels like they stayed in the same job instead of like exploring their options to grow. Maybe they didn't have the means to change jobs, but I feel like this is all triggering to you. It's like you don't want to end up like that. I feel like you want to be able to be financially supported. I feel like you want to be stable, like in your power, being able to do what you want when you want to do it. I just feel like you're really about money, which I mean makes a lot of sense. Taurus is normally about, not saying you're like greedy or anything like that, or like money focused completely, but what I mean is like you like the stability. So financial means are like really important to you, which again, nothing's wrong with that. I just feel like that being financially secure is really important because you don't want to struggle in life, you know, who does? So, but you emphasize like making sure you don't end up like how your parents were. And I feel like the stuff that happened in the past, like the job that either you're in right now, you're leaving, the one that you're having issues with, I feel like it's like what happened with your parents is triggering this within you. You feel like you're going down the same road that your parents did, and you just don't want to deal with that. You don't want to be overwhelmed and, you know, stressed out all the time. You want to enjoy your work and still get paid a good amount, you know? So, yeah. Anything else? Settlement, agreement, compromise. Yeah, I feel like you don't want to settle. Writing. So they're giving me the thought that like, even though you didn't, you could be a writer, you could be writing stuff in your journal, like your goals and like what you want to achieve in this lifetime. But I feel it's also like you're talking to spirit. You're like, please let my dreams come true. I feel like you're telling spirit you don't want to settle. You want to actually be able to live out your dreams and your life exactly how you want to live it. So by doing that, you're actually making manifestations. I don't know if you know that, but you are manifesting what you want to bring in. Realization. I feel like it has, you are realizing a lot, like it puts it into perspective on like how you want to live your life, and possibly even like the steps on like how to achieve these goals of yours. It kind of like helps gather your ideas and stuff, and if you haven't already done this, then that means they're encouraging you to do this to help break up, you know, that ice so that you can connect with your intuition better. We have meeting, 2 or more people discussing, planning. Yeah, I feel like this is your connection with the universe. You're basically discussing, okay, this is what I want in my life. These are the steps I need to do to achieve it. They're actually giving you messages and stuff. Could be in dreams, could just be like your intuition playing a part. You may not even know that. When ideas randomly like just drop in your head, that's actually claircognizance. I will post information about that info on the screen. So pause and read that. But yeah, without you knowing, I think you've been connecting with your guides and everything. You could know. You could have known this all along. But If you haven't known that, yeah, they are connecting with you. They are trying to help you in whatever way possible to get this taken care of. Trash. Yeah, they want you to discard whatever is not serving your best purpose. Even if it's family, even if it's like toxic family members, if it's not helping you, if it's not positively coming into your life, that means it's negative and it needs to be, you know, discarded. As harsh as that may sound, because I know like none of us want to just like discard our family members or anything like that, but if there's like negative energy eating away at you and they are the ones doing it, maybe like distancing yourself away from these people might be better, especially while you're trying to make these goals happen, because they're bringing your energy down where you're not going to be able to, you know, grow and actually achieve these goals because you're in a bad mind state. But yeah. Okay. Lost. You might feel lost right now. You don't know if you should just settle. You know, there's a possibility that your parents look more at the reality side of life. So, for example, here's a great example. I'm an artist, and I know my goal in life, my mission in life is art, and I'm also into spirituality. Okay, so both of those together, I'm creating a business with both of those in mind. And the thing is that when I talk to somebody who's logical in my family, they don't think it's a wise idea for me to create my own business using those two things, because they believe that I won't be successful. Okay, so I feel like there's a possibility that your family could be doing this as well. Maybe they're just saying, oh, well, it's not a smart idea to go do this other thing because it's not going to make you much money, you know? Or why would you give up something that you're already in when you have it pretty good? Like, work is hard. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like, work could be easy. I could actually enjoy work, you know, and still be able to get paid for it. So it just feels like there's some kind of conflict between you and your family when it comes to this, which is making you feel lost. So you need to cleanse yourself about this. Commitment, moving, verge. Ooh, boy. I mean, there is a possibility you could be moving. Picking up on someone who might be in a commitment, who's kind of worried about moving, worrying how like financially stable this move is going to be. And you might be on the verge of, you know, confessing this to your partner. You're kind of worried that you could lose this partner. If this is not you, this could be your partner. It's kind of like, yeah, threatened. You're kind of worried. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up on either you or your partner. This is only going to be for some of you, not all of you. Someone needs to hear it, but I just feel like there's some stuff that has not been spoken about that needs to be spoken about, and there's a lot of issues going on when it comes to like moving, the whole job situation, pretending to be happy. Maybe you're realizing that you want more, or your partner wants more. Also, this relationship could be affecting, or even moving could be affecting your work. That's a possibility as well. You are protected during this situation. Children could be at play. They could be involved in some way, some form. I can't talk. Some way, some form. There's a possibility that like you have children with this person and you don't want this relationship to end, and you're just trying to put on a smile to get through because you don't want the children to get hurt. Archangel Michael is here to say that he is protecting you. He is protecting the children. There's a reason why you're supposed to experience all this. It's a lesson for everyone involved. And even though it could seem like, oh, it's not a good lesson, I don't want my kids to, you know, experience this kind of thing. In a way, you got to look at the bright side though too, because this is showing your children don't settle. You know, even if they make the decision to marry someone or, you know, whatever, it's showing your children that, hey, look, I've been through this, I got through this, and, you know, I can still make a good life for myself even if me and my partner didn't last, me and your parent didn't last. So it's important to think of it in that way. That way when they get married or whatever, and if they experience the same thing, especially nowadays, like people, they divorce, the divorce rates are really high, you know. It's not uncommon anymore to get divorced, so that's a big possibility. But yeah, that message is for someone out there. Just wanted to let you know, like, everything's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be fine, and I feel like that's why you could be worrying. For others, though, going back to this job situation, I feel like you're breaking free, maybe breaking through some situation. A breakthrough is coming in. But I feel like breaking free from this situation, from this old past job into this new job. Maybe you're just like, you know what, I'm done. I need to change. I need to get out of here. And that's why you're deciding to move. You're committed to this situation. This could also mean that, like, this new job that's coming in could have been like a job that you only dreamt of when you were a kid, you know, something you really wanted to do as a kid. And now the opportunity is coming in. Crushed, sad, broken, feeling alone. You could be feeling like you're alone, like people aren't supporting your dreams and stuff like that. But this offer on the table, I feel like it's important to go through with it. I feel like you're negotiating. I feel like you're in between. It's like you want to go towards this new beginning, but at the same time you want to please your family and your friends and everything. Maybe they don't want to see you move. Maybe they don't want to see you leave. But it's like you're in a pressure cooker. Like, you know, you need this change. You know, you need this this new chapter to start. Spirit is pushing you towards this. Something new is going to happen. Something big is going to happen. And it's important to follow through with your commitment to going in this new direction, because you're supposed to go this way, you know. And I feel like after a while, even if your family may be like upset with this whole situation at first that you're moving, I feel like eventually they're going to, you know, come to terms that, hey, this is your life and you need to live it how you want to live it. So yeah, that's how I feel about this. This is what I'm getting. So I hope that helps. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there with the marriage and everything. Someone needed to hear that, so okay. Think of 2 questions. I do have my focus deck and 2 cards could pop out. If they don't pop out, I'll pull from my pink deck. So think of 2 questions, label them 1 and 2. If you need time, pause this video. Okay, Spirit. First answer is no. Message in a bottle is the overall energy. I always pull from the bottom for my overall energy of the situation. Okay, yeah. First answer is no. Sun sign, you could be a sun sign Taurus. Right now is the time to heal from the situation, especially if this is triggering stuff from the past. It's time to heal from that. There is hope. They want to remind you there is always hope. We have 1010, hope. What you are trying to manifest is coming closer to you. They're bringing up journaling again, so they want you to consider that. We have grandma, so grandma could be important in this situation. She could be on the other side guiding you, or she could be part of the family that is trash talking. You know, so take it as you will. I'm talking to different Taurus. So we have 1111, intuition, trust your gut or listen to your heart. She could even be somebody who's important to you when it comes to like one of your biggest supporters and telling you, yeah, you know, you should go for this opportunity. So something is significant about grandma. We do have divine timing is important. We have mother, January, which is Capricorn and Aquarius. We have September is important. We are in September right now, so that is Virgo and Libra. Yeah, Libra. Cheater. We have somebody's a cheater. That could have been with the pretending card, pretending to be happy but not truly happy. You could have felt cheated in the past when it came to the job that you're currently in, or the one that you just ended. You could just felt like you weren't getting the recognition that you deserved. We have moon sign. You could be a moon sign Taurus. We also have 1111, spiritual awakening. You're on the right path. Yeah, and then alignment. You are in the right place at the right time. 7-7, luck, wonderful things are about to happen. Yeah, I feel like you are stepping into your power. You're stepping into your next chapter and what place, like, what change you're supposed to encounter next. We do have Taurus, which is important. That is also April and May. We have unfinished business happening. So something's not final yet. You could still be in this past job that is causing you issues, and you're in the process of like transitioning into the new one. Aries could be important, so that is March and April. They want you to go into nature. Remember how I said I was seeing like the ground and trees and stuff like that? They're wanting you to ground yourself, putting your feet in the dirt, even like leaning up against a tree. I'll post information about the tree on the screen right now. Pause and read. We have Aquarius season could be important, so that is January and February. You could be dealing with Aquarius, or it could be in your chart. They're not coming back correct. So something that has caused you issues in the past might try to pop up again and say, hey, I've changed, but in reality they have not changed, or it has not changed and the situation is still the same. I would not trust it. Your second answer is yes to your second question, and then we have they are changing. So I feel like with that, I feel like times are changing. So yeah, take that as you will. But so that is your career reading. I hope that helped you. I hope that it connected with you. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It helps with exchange of energy. Also helps me connect to your energy better. Those who are part of my subscribers, I connect better with them. So yeah, okay. Feel free to comment below about your situation and what's going on. I always love to hear what's going on. If you don't want to put your business out there, I completely understand. Don't feel like you have to. But yeah, okay. So now we're going to step into the love portion of your reading. Spirit, can you please tell me what's going on for Taurus in their love situation? for September 2025 to the end of the year. This is a timeless reading though, so whenever they find this message is when they are supposed to see it. What is coming in for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or Cross Watcher? What is going on in their relationship? Please, Spirit. Oh wow, you're really in your energy right now. I could be talking to a feminine. So some kind of tower is happening. You're going through a tower right now. It might have knocked you off of your throne. Oh boy, yeah. Okay. So it's like you were in your energy. It's like everything was going great and then something major happened. It could have been a breakup. Something big happened and it like knocked you off your throne. You felt like abandoned. You feel like you got left out in the cold by this person. But it looks like you're still moving forward. Even though like things didn't turn out exactly how you wanted things to turn out, it's like you're still moving forward. This person might actually try to come back at you, or this could just simply be like other people wanting to date you. And it looks like you're more in a self-love, like isolation period at the moment, you know. It feels like you don't really want to deal with other people at the moment. You're looking forward, but it's like you're trying to heal what happened is what I'm getting. Yeah, walking away. You still could be in the early processes of like walking away from the situation. You're still transitioning. You're still healing. So it's like you don't want to open those new doors until you're completely ready. It's like you're on the verge of opening those new doors, but you're still, yeah, you're still hiding away. I kind of feel like friends and family might try to like talk to you about the situation, but you don't really want to talk to them. I feel like you're just hiding away. Maybe you're not sharing all the details that happened in this situation. I feel like you're just keeping it to yourself. You're being very guarded and protective of your energy. I kind of get the feeling that you feel embarrassed or something. It's like you might feel embarrassed or foolish for like trusting this person from the past. And it's like you want to be seen as the strong one. You don't want to like be vulnerable to even family and friends because you want to keep this all like locked inside because you feel like you can handle it on your own. Like you have the strength to handle it on your own is what I'm feeling. Like that's what I feel that you feel. Can you tell me more, Spirit? What's going on in their love life? Change is happening. Change is occurring. So my spirit guides are saying that there's a possibility that you could be changing your energy. This could also be looks as well, but I feel like you're kind of like changing it to like bad boy, bad girl kind of vibe. Like you're not taking any more shit from anyone. This really upset you. Everything that happened in the past, it really kind of like changed your outlook. It's like you were vulnerable, you let this person in, they took advantage of you, and now like I feel like you're just changing. So it's not just like your situation, but you're changing your appearance and how you act around people. Yeah, cold and indifferent. That goes along with this rejection card up here. I feel like this was a relationship. I almost wanted to say it feels like it was a situationship, but no, I feel like you felt like it was a relationship. They might have treated it like a situationship. That's a possibility. That could just, you know, connect with some of you, not all of you. Because I feel like deep down you're feeling like you were in a relationship and this person fumbled you. But it does feel like somebody else out there was in a situationship. So take that as you will. But yeah, the sword that's in front of her, I feel like it's her guard is up. Like she's ready to fight back. Like don't mess with her kind of deal. And she's very cold, and she's transformed herself into this new being. Like she's not being vulnerable. She doesn't let people in easily. That does not mean that you have to be a girl. You could be a guy. But I'm just speaking of this energy, Queen of Swords right here. She's all about like being cold and truthful and, you know, not allowing her emotions to take control of her. She's more logical rather than emotional. Protecting peace, pride, happiness is what they said. You could have children. That's a big vopossibility. You could have children. Doesn't mean that you had children with this person per se. You could, but doesn't mean that you do. They're making me feel like, specifically these snakes that are by the children right here, it feels like you're trying to protect your kids from any snakes, any people who don't treat them correctly, don't treat you correctly. You're very protective of that situation. I'm also picking up that if you were, say, married, say this is the father of your children, I feel like there's a transformation coming through, not only for you, but for your kids as well, with this breakup that's happening. And, you know, snakes are all about like shedding old layers and, you know, transforming themselves. I'll put more information on the screen about that. But I feel like you're trying to protect your children from, you know, the poison from the snake, the venom. You're trying to still make sure that they're still happy, you know, instilling happiness in them and everything. You might even be, if you have children, you might even be taking them out, say like to McDonald's or something, just something fun, and, you know, get out of the house and like get their minds on having fun rather than focusing on like this bad stuff that's happened. You're very protective of your children if you have children. That is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, I have to go with that energy because that's what they're showing me. I wanted to say that friends could be trying to help you, but I don't feel in this particular situation, like you might have a friend that you talk to every now and then about the situation. I'm getting like talking on the phone, maybe drinking like hot chocolate or wine or something. Talking on the phone about like what happened. Some of you might even be talking to your moms is what I'm picking up on. But trying to make sense of everything. But I feel like the majority, whoever, I feel like there's a big possibility that you might be hiding a lot of stuff that happened. I feel like some of you might not be talking to people about this situation, that you're trying to keep it under wraps, especially your children. You're trying to make yourself seem strong in their eyes. You don't want them to see you break down. You're trying to take control of the situation so that they don't have to deal with this. So they can focus on being with like children, and you can focus on the shit that happened to you, you know, while making sure that they're happy. You're kind of worried about what's to come because it's like you built this whole life. I feel like a lot of you, whoever went through this, I feel like you could have been married. I feel like you had children, you know, but it's like you went from having all your wishes fulfilled to now you're stepping into anxiety because you're like, oh, I don't know what to experience next. You like to have control. Also, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Taurus does not like change. So, like, this is like you're trying to control this whole situation as much as possible to make it where like other people are not affected because of this change that's happening, but internally it is affecting you because you went from being super happy and, you know, all your wishes coming true to anxiety. So I will say this: you are keeping a good handle on things. A good control on things. Spirit wants you to take care of yourself, though. Not to be so hard on yourself for whatever happened. It was out of the stuff that happened in the past was out of your control. You couldn't stop whatever this big changes, this heartbreak and everything. You can't control what happened there. You can control on how you move forward in your life. And you can control like the energy that your kids are in. But even with that being said, they don't want you to put too much responsibility on your shoulders to completely shield your children from the situation, because you're not going to be able to grieve the situation properly. You're going to be too focused on them rather than like yourself healing from the situation, which can affect you in the long term. So yeah. Can you tell me more about this Two of Cups? I thought it was interesting how the Two of Cups landed over on the Three of Cups. I feel like you might have somebody that's close to you, could be the opposite sex, and I feel like they could actually have feelings for you. But right now you just want to be left alone. I feel like there's a possibility they could be like trying to comfort you and, you know, talk to you. And yeah, they have feelings for you and they want to get with you, but like at this point in time, you just want to be left alone because you're so focused on like your kids or, you know, everything that happened that you don't want to focus on relationships. That's why I'm picking up. Can you tell me more about the Spirit, about this Two of Cups in time? Okay, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, this new person or this friend. It could be someone from work helping you work through this. Yeah, see, this tells me right here, the Knight of Cups. I feel like this person has an offer for you. I feel like this person wants to work towards building this relationship with you more so now, because now you are single, you know, so they're like, oh, here's my opportunity, but I want to give her or him the space that they need in order to heal. I know that they need alone time to really, you know, dive deep into healing all the situation and, you know, feeling safe with the situation in order to even be able to begin to open back up to a new situation. They are showing me the Star. So this is going to lead into a really good connection if you choose to go down this road. I feel like you have a lot of opportunities ahead of you that are actually going to open up for you. Unfortunately, you know, we go through life learning these lessons and stuff by, you know, breakups and everything else, you know. It's like this bad situation is actually a wish in disguise. This person, while you might have like felt like you were on your throne and had everything, I feel like they weren't fully, how do I put this? They weren't your person. I feel like they were just a chapter in your life. They weren't the end all be all kind of deal. Yeah, they were toxic. I feel like there's a lot of toxic. You could have been dealing with a King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I feel like if you weren't dealing with that, you could be, this could be you facing the devil, you facing all this toxic BS. But I do feel like there is a soulmate that's going to be very successful coming in. You're going to have choices to be made, and you're going to be in your power with this after this heartbreak that's going on. You're going to be defensive at first, but everything's going to come out how it's supposed to come out. Okay. But yeah, this betrayal, it was super toxic, lots of heartbreak. Again, you could have been dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, not saying you were. This could just be your energy, like dealing with that energy. Kind of feels like a shield. It's kind of like he's using this pentacle right here for a shield to block the toxic crap from coming in. Could also have been dealing with a Capricorn. Okay, so we have on the board, we have Taurus, we have Leo, not Leo, sorry. We have Taurus, we have Scorpio, Aries, we do have Leo, we have the Leo card. We have Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Capricorn again, Sagittarius, Virgo, Aquarius, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn again. So this could have been your person. This could have just been stuff that's like highlighted in your chart or in their chart. But yeah, that's what I am feeling for that. I'm going to pull I want to pull advice cards this time. Normally I do situation deck, but I feel like this has already told us everything about the situation. At least everything that we need to know. Anything more would probably be too personal of a reading and not a general, and considering this is collective reading, yeah. Okay, Spirit, can you give me advice? It's time to paint something new is what they said. You are manifesting what you bring in. You need to heal from this heartbreak though, but it is leading you to your dreams coming true. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me some advice for my Taurus people, for the collective? New love is coming in. Three of Wands, this is that movement forward, but you are rejecting it at this time because you're walking away still. Ten of Pentacles. So believe it or not, this whole situation needed to happen because Ten of Pentacles is coming in. Ten of Pentacles is all about like stability and, you know, family, support, all that kind of stuff. Not just materialistically, but like emotionally as well. This new person is going to bring that stuff for you. Knight of Pentacles. It might come in slow at first. I think that's because you're rejecting a lot of the stuff now because you're still trying to heal. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Slow, waiting. It's like you're just waiting for this new stuff to come in. Queen of Swords. And the reason why it's taking so long, again, you're defensive and you're in Queen of Swords energy. So like you are coming off as cold and detached, and in order to bring in that new person, you need to be more receptive, more like loving and all that kind of stuff, like the water energy rather than the protective energy. We have Page of Pentacles, so something's going to start out small but stable, and it's going to move you into the Queen of Pentacles. So you're going literally from the Page to the Queen. Something small at first, but it's going to deliver in big ways. We also have a key right here. You hold the key to this happening and how soon it happens. The Chariot. Yeah, once you realize that you actually have more power over the situation than you realized, things are going to start moving a lot more heavily, a lot more fast, heavily. They're referring that back to your healing period. You might have heavy emotions that you're trying to clear away first, which is great. Like, you need to clear and heal and everything before you can move forward. So that's part of the process of getting to this Queen of Pentacles. But once you get to the Queen of Pentacles, it's no longer going to be heavy anymore. It's going to be, you're going to use this more as a learning experience rather than like a stepping stone into your wealth, rather than something to look back on and like regret, you know? It's hard to explain. The lessons get us to where we are in the future. So all of the stuff that we like, all the rewards, as you would want to call them, or awards or whatever, we only get those after going through a lot of like trials and tribulations. So yeah, as you grow, you'll learn this more. Yeah, a lot of healing needs to be done first. This change needs to occur first before you can get to this Queen of Pentacles. You're on the process right now. You might just be at the beginning, but Emperor, they're saying, again, they brought up controlling. You're trying to control the narrative. You're trying to control how things play out and everything. You might have a lot of fire in your chart. You could have Aries in your chart. I wouldn't be surprised. We also have Scorpio here. Cancer. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's that one? I don't know. But yeah. Leadership. It's like you're in charge of your situation. You're in charge of how things go after this change. Nine of Swords, you're up in your head on how things are going to unravel. Two of Cups. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, the main thing that they want you to know, as of right now, you're going through a lot of anxiety and you're feeling like, oh, I'm never going to meet my person. And even if I do, they're going to be toxic because I thought this other person was my person. Turns out they weren't. They want you to let go of this because right now the devil has a grip on your mind that, okay, so this happened to me in the past, it's going to happen again, it's just going to repeat. They want you to let go of the darkness and step into the sun because your person, your true person, is actually coming in, and you're going to be able to release everything that no longer serves you. You're going to be able to release this. This was just a lesson. Don't allow it to define you. Okay? You're going to be stepping into the sun energy, from the darkness into the sun. So they just want to keep your mind more in a positive state rather than a negative. It's important to grieve over what has happened, but don't live there for too long. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me focus messages for Taurus, please, for love? Think of 2 questions. Pause this video if you need more time to think of them. Make sure you label them 1 and 2. It's really important because depending on how the cards pop out is the order we will receive the answers. Okay? Okay, Spirit, please connect me with Taurus for their love situation in September. Capricorn. So there's Capricorn significance in this situation. Capricorn is, let's see, December and January. We have a date night coming up. Now, these people could be from your past or in your future, or it could just be heavily in your chart, okay? Okay, so it's funny they said that. I had a feeling that you could be dealing with the twin flame. When I saw the Two of Cups, one of my guides, they said twin flame. But I didn't want to bring it up unless there was some other indicator that needed to be brought up. You are here for a higher calling. Your path is spiritual, indeed. This other person tried to destroy you, but you are too strong to be destroyed. You have God's light on your side, and you're able to break free of this devil energy that's trying to hold you back. You need to step into your power, is what they were telling me. And release this negative stuff, because this is lower vibrational. You are a twin flame. You are high vibration. Okay? You are connected to spirit. You have a very strong connection with spirit, and you need to recognize that. Okay? So yeah, we have October, which is Libra and Scorpio. You were dealing with the karmic. Exactly. This person from the past was a karmic. They're trying to dim your light. We have Leo. Leo season could have been important as well. That is July and August. We have Gemini. Gemini season could be important. Gemini is also the twins. Gemini season is, let's see, May and June. Then we have December, which is Sagittarius and Capricorn. We have July. Capricorn could have been born in December. We have July, which is Cancer and Leo. Manifest your dreams. Yeah, it's important to bring in what you want to bring in and cast away whatever you don't. They're saying you could also write down a list of things that you no longer want in your life and throw it into a fire and watch it burn. Just get rid of it. It's like, okay, this is no longer part of my life. I cast you away. And by you doing that physical act helps you realize that you're healing and letting go of what no longer serves you. And then write a letter or a list of things you want to keep in your life, and hold on to that letter. Hold on to that note, because that's the stuff you want to keep. Okay? We have 888, balance. Everything is falling into place. The first answer is yes. We have January, which is Capricorn and Aquarius. It says someone is wearing a mask. This person from the past could have been wearing a mask. This could also be this new lover who is trying to be like your friend and just like help you in that regard. But in reality, they see you more than a friend, so they're wearing a mask. They don't want their feelings to be fully known just yet. So, but there is a breakthrough coming. It shows somebody's coming back correct. Take that as you will. That's going to apply differently to different Taurus. We also have Aquarius, which is January and February. Sister could be involved. Your second answer is no. And then it says they are changing. When I see this, I feel like times are changing. So that's important. Okay, so now we're going to pull from my name deck. Again, if you would want your name added to this deck, you can join my Patreon. There you will receive a mini reading. And then I focus on your astrology sign. I give that specific astrology sign bonus readings, extended readings. So if there was anything else I wanted to find out from this, I would extend that onto my Patreon, where only my Patreon members could view those videos. Okay, and it dives deeper into only your energy because you are a Patreon member. So my energy connects with those people who are part of my channels. So okay, so yeah, if you want your name added to this deck, join my Patreon. If you only want to be part of my Patreon for the first month, that's fine. If you decide to discontinue, your name will not be removed from this deck. It stays in your deck, it stays in this deck for as long as I'm doing readings. So yeah. And this will always be shown at the end of every astrology reading when it comes to the monthly reads. So yeah. I also do charmed intuition, pendulum questions, mini readings, and everything else as well. If your name does not pop out, it does not mean this message is not for you. It just could simply mean that your name is not in this deck, or somebody else needed to hear the message more than you did, because you you might have already gotten enough confirmation with the rest of the reading. Like, it was pretty on point. So use your intuition. You know if it feels right or not. Okay. If you notice, I always go twice with the shuffles for my name deck. Well, I'll make sure I get as many names as possible out for people. So we have Peyton, Maria, Robert, Ellie, Haley, Scarlett, Michael, Jamie. Could be spelled wrong too, so don't worry too much on spelling. It's still the same name. We have Alex, Natasha. This could also be like middle names too. Charles could be like family names. Noah could be last names. Tiffany. We have Angelique, Evelyn, Jose, Michelle, Xana, Amy, Adam, Scott, Destiny, Wyatt, Aiden, Andrea, Julia, Cindy, Luna, Terry, Sierra, Rachel, Mia or Maya, and then we have Andrew. Okay, Spirit. Okay, Taurus. I appreciate you supporting my channel. Like, subscribe to my channel for more readings. I hope you enjoyed today's reading, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. I hope you have a wonderful month and a wonderful day, week, and year ahead. I will talk to you again soon. Goodbye.